Hindus are not idol worshippers. We are ideal worshippers. We're not worshiping actually a statue made of stone or marble or some other material. We're not worshiping actually the statue itself. What we are worshiping is the ideal of the divine through that Murti, through that deity. Each of the deities in the temples has been infused with the presence of the divine. There's a very sacred ceremony called Pran Pratishta, the Pran Pratishta ceremony, in which literally the breath, the pran of the divine is brought into that statue. So when the artist created it, first the artist himself or herself connects to that presence of the divine who's going to manifest through the stone. So the actual sculpting itself is a very deep, a very pious, a very devotion-filled process. But then, after it's been created and sculpted, in the mandir, there's this Pran Pratishta, in which in several days of pujas and prayers and rituals, that life, breath of the divine gets brought into the Murti that then is a deity. So it's not the actual stone that's being worshipped. It's the presence of the divine. You can think about it like, it's not a perfect example, but think about if you have a photograph of your loved one. Now you realize that that piece of paper is not actually your loved one. But nonetheless, looking at that piece of paper, that photo, reminds you so deeply of the loved one. And you feel the presence of your loved one when you look at the picture. So in a similar way, again, it's not exact, but in a similar way, through seeing that deity, we are reminded of and connected to that presence of the beloved divine. The difference between the deity and a photo, of course, is that that actual pran, the energy of that divine essence, is brought into the statue. So it's the image reminding us and connecting us. And then it's also that energy of the divine presence that is brought into the stone. So it's not an idol, it's an ideal.